Okay, we are now live and on the record for Tuesday afternoon's criminal docket, March 1st, 2022. I'm going to call Jessica Fernandez. Before we get started, Mr. Espinosa, will you and Mr. Reyes be taking over her other case that Ms. Needwitz had?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
We could, I guess, reappoint on that case.
Okay, so that's on CR 21-07510-I. Ms. Fernandez, being that Mr. Espinosa and Mr. Reyes are assisting you with the other 4 cases, do you have any objection?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and appoint them on that case. And I'm gonna call also CR 21-06187-I, CR 21-07169-I, and CR 07170-I, and CR 21-07171-I. State of Texas versus Jessica Fernandez. What is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, at this moment, we enter a plea of not guilty, waive the reading of the complaint, and ask for a pretrial and trial date.
Okay. Ms. Fernandez, as your true and correct name, Jessica Fernandez?
Was that, excuse me?
Is your true and correct name Jessica Fernandez?
No, ma'am.
What is your true and correct name?
Yvette Hernandez.
Yvette Fernandez?
Hernandez. Hernandez.
Your Honor, in the jail system, I see that they have her under Yvette Hernandez. We've known her under the alias of Jessica Fernandez since her prior cases. We haven't made time to go speak with her, so I don't know what the confusion is.
Okay, well, this is arraignment. So, Mr. Lozano, what do you show? Will you all be making a trial amendment to arraign her under her correct legal name, Yvette Hernandez, or what's the situation?
Your Honor, I would need to staff this case with my supervisor to get everything corrected. But I am seeing that on her previous cases, she was Yvette Hernandez, and the new cases have her as Jessica Fernandez.
Okay. Ms. Hernandez, do you recall at any time giving the name Yvette Jessica Fernandez?
Yes.
Okay, was it because you were like at the time that's the name that you had given when you got arrested?
Yes.
Okay. However, today you're presenting that your true and correct name is Yvette Hernandez.
Oh, yeah, because they have me here. Sometimes they call me Yvette, sometimes they call me Jessica.
What does your driver's license or your birth
Yvette.
certificate say?
Yvette Hernandez.
And is that YVETTE?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I believe you're also booked in the system under Yvette Hernandez. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so then we're gonna, yes, I need to get that clear before we end up swearing her in. Okay, so then, do you want me to swear her in and arraign her under Yvette Hernandez and we can put it on the record? Or do you, Mr. Lozano, still need to speak to your supervisor for a trial amendment?
Let's make the amendment on the record, Your Honor, and then I'll go ahead and staff the case with my supervisor to see if any paperwork needs to be refiled.
Okay, so Ms. Hernandez, let me have you raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may lower your hand. Please state your full name as you understand it to be your legal name on the record.
Yvette Hernandez.
Okay, and Ms. Hernandez, have you previously been known as Jessica Fernandez?
In here, I'm
Okay.
Jessica Hernandez.
Have you previously given the name Jessica Fernandez at a time of your arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. However, Jessica Fernandez is an alias and is not your true and correct name. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then I'm going to arraign you under Yvette Hernandez. You are being charged with possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor, possession of a dangerous drug, a Class A misdemeanor, reckless driving, resisting arrest, search, or transport, a Class A misdemeanor, and driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor. Ma'am, A Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail and a $4,000 fine upon conviction. A Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand that range of punishment, ma'am, that you can receive for each offense of which you are charged?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No, ma'am.
Counselor, in speaking with your client, do you find her to be mentally competent and able to assist you in her own defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then at this time, the court is going to find that Ms. Hernandez is competent, able to assist her attorney in her own defense, and enters a plea of not guilty on her behalf on each of the offenses of which she is before the court today. Now, what other additional announcement do you all need to make on this case?
The only other announcement, Your Honor, is that she's set on the 7th of March for the felony, and it's an arraignment as well. And they have her under Jessica Fernandez as well. So I don't know if Mr. Lozano could get with the prosecutor for the felony case as well, and we could determine.
Okay, what's the case number on the felony?
It is CR 1807-21H.
Okay, and what is the offense?
It is evading arrest, detention with vehicle, assault, peace officer, judge, and then possession controlled substance, PG1.
Okay, so it was an eventful
Yes.
evening. Okay,
And Your Honor, she also
Um,
has a felony at intake. It's a theft of property.
is it out of the same transaction?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So the felony of that Mr. Espinosa just put on the record, is that part of these transactions? Well, I see that some have the same arrest date of June 25th, 2021. One has June 5th, 2021, and one has July 5th, 2021.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So the one that Mr. Espinosa just put on the record out of the H court, is that,
So, Your Honor,
is that out of one of these?
those are dated June 25th.
Oh, okay. So it was probably, it came out of probably the time when she had the reckless driving, resisting arrest, and DWI. Okay,
Correct, Your Honor.
okay.
Judge, if I may,
Go ahead.
in going over her booking, Judge, I do see that Robert Fernandez did sign for her cash surety bond. I'm not sure if Mr. Espinosa has been in contact with him or if he is still going to represent her.
Your Honor, we've tried to make contact. Mr. Reyes has as well. We haven't heard anything back from him regarding if he's just did the surety. From my understanding, he should be representing the felonies, but he has not gotten back to us. So we're still appointed on those felonies.
Right. Well, what happens is when an attorney signs a cash surety, they're supposed to be the ones that represent them as well. That's what the statute states. So
Sure.
you need to make sure that you get with him as soon as possible. And I don't know what other arrangements y'all need to make with respect to those bonds
Yes, Your
that
Honor.
were set. So, but is she pending being set on anything else?
Just what's on intake, Your Honor. That, from my understanding, that's the only thing that's pending.
I know, but something about that she was supposed to have a bond set on something else, or is that not the case after all?
Not to my understanding, Your Honor. Double check here.
Okay, all right. Please get with Mr. Fernandez as soon as possible because you do need to take care of that because he did sign as the attorney. So let's come back.
Okay.
Is she, I know she has her felony on what date did you say?
The 7th of March.
Okay. We can do the 8th at 1:30.
Okay. All right, thank you, Your Honor. We have nothing further. May we be excused?
Okay, I believe the state has an announcement on number 6 of the court's docket with respect to the DWI.
Your Honor, if she does get out of jail, bond out, the state requests a mobile device, an alcohol monitoring device.
Okay. Was there an accident involved?
1 second, Your Honor. No, Your Honor, there was no accident.
Okay, and what about, is this her first DWI arrest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, at this time, the court is not going to require Ms. Hernandez to have an alcohol monitoring device. However, if anything changes, then I can take it up for reconsideration. All
Your
right?
Honor, excuse me, I misspoke. I didn't see that she had another page. She had a DWI with a child under 15 on July 30th, 2017.
Okay, and but that was before the statute was
Yes,
in
Your Honor.
place. Okay. All right, so then we'll go ahead, Ms. Hernandez, and see you back here on March the 8th at 1:30, okay?
Thank you. Yes.
All right, take care. Okay, Mr. Anything else, Mr. Espinosa?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You certainly may. Thank you.
And that's all we have for the female section. May we be excused?
Yes, Deputy, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez. Have you been in touch with Mr. Alvarez or Ms. Canales?
Yes, Judge, yesterday, they called me because I called Juan to find out what was going on with his client. And he told me, first Juan told me he was gonna be out of town, and then told me that he talked to his client was uncooperative, whatever that means.
Okay, so Deputy, is Francisco Perez with you?
It's coming, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Mr. Rodriguez, is your client with you?
No, she's not, Judge, not this
Okay.
time.
All right, so then, Mr. Perez,
Yes.
are you English speaking?
Español.
Okay, señor Pérez, usted, el abogado que usted tiene, el señor Álvarez, él va a continuar a representarlo o usted va a ocupar otro abogado?
Yo tengo a Juan Tijerina.
Okay, so ahora va
No.
a ser, is that for something else?
No, yes, Judge, he's confusing it. This is the divorce case.
Right,
Juan represents him. Tijerina represents him on the criminal case, and
okay.
that's why he's incarcerated.
Señor Pérez, es que no, yo estoy hablando del divorcio. El divorcio usted tiene escrito aquí que es el señor Álvarez y la señora Canales. ¿Ok? So, ¿va a continuar usted con ellos o va usted a asegurar otra representación?
Yo necesito hablar primero con el abogado.
No lo oigo.
Yo necesito hablar primero con el abogado. Porque ahorita no ha venido a verme.
Ok, pues es que él está diciendo que usted no está cooperando con él.
Cuando no ha venido a verme, porque quedamos en qué día venir a verme.
Ok. So, ¿usted quiere hablar con el señor Álvarez antes que vaya a proceder este divorcio?
Sí.
Ok. All right, Mr. Rodriguez.
Una pregunta.
Mande.
Una pregunta, ¿por qué no me quiere sacar allá para afuera? Yo quiero ir afuera a pelear.
Ok. Yo no sé lo que está pasando con su caso criminal. No más porque usted está allí, pues lo tengo que traer enfrente de la cámara para la corte para el divorcio. Si usted estuviera afuera, entonces es otra situación. Pero nosotros no tenemos ninguna autorización tocante de su caso criminal. So, usted, si se quiere salir ya, tiene que hablar con su abogado, el señor Tijerina.
Tijerina no lo traigo para el divorcio.
¿Mande?
A Tijerina no lo traigo para el divorcio.
Yo sé, pero el divorcio no tiene nada que ver que usted se salga de allí. Ese es el caso criminal. Okay?
Okay.
So then I don't know how much time do you think? Mr. Rodriguez.
Judge, he has a final pre-trial on his criminal case, but that's not till the end of April. And that's, my understanding is he's gonna ask for a trial date, so. I don't
Well,
know.
but I think that Mr. Alvarez needs to either file a motion to withdraw,
Uh-huh.
and that way you can proceed on your part. And if he's gonna proceed on his own, I mean, it's not gonna, the bench trial that occurs isn't gonna take that long.
Yes, right.
You know what
So
I mean?
Could you give me a May setting, Judge?
Sure. We can do May 10th at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock. Okay,
Because I do have a criminal docket at 1:30,
uh-huh,
so we'll bring him on at 2.
okay. May 10th.
Okay.
Okay,
Va a regresar para el divorcio el día 10 de mayo a las 2.
Ok.
Ok. Bueno, ya está, ya se puede retirar.
So what would you want me to tell opposing counsel, Judge?
That if they're gonna stay on, they need to be ready for May the 10th, and if they're not gonna stay on, if they can file their motion to withdraw as soon as possible.
Okay, I will let them know.
Okay,
Okay, nothing further. May I be excused, Judge?
you certainly may.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We haven't heard, we're waiting on Mr. Bustos and on Mr. Salinas, or if he sends Patrick Kennedy. So we're gonna contact their office deputy, so we're gonna take a brief 5-minute break to contact them. Okay, can somebody contact them to see if they're gonna make it, well, somebody needs to make an appearance on their behalf. We're off the record for 5 minutes. Okay, Mr. Kennedy is now present. Ms. Flores, are you ready? Mr. Lozano, are you there? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Deputy, can you please bring forward Charlie Allen Rodriguez?
He's coming, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna call CR 20-8341-I. State of Texas versus Charlie Allen Rodriguez. The announcement.
Judge, I'm making a motion for continuance. He has a felony and it's set for next week, Judge. I think.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. It's set for when?
I believe it's set for the 9th and the 206.
On March 9th?
Yes, Judge, just next week.
Okay, do you want a setting for, how long after that?
However long you wish, Judge. We're going to ask for bond reduction for the felony courts. We have a date for next week. And I guess what I can do is if it does go through, I can let your court know and we can bump the date up if you'd like.
Okay, for right now, we'll do March 22nd at 1:30. But if you need it sooner, just speak with Ms. Rivera or Mr. Damian.
Sure.
Okay, anything else?
That's all I have before you today, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rodriguez,
Judge.
we'll see you
Have a
then.
good
Take care. Okay, any word on Mr. Bustos?
Yes, ma'am. I spoke with his office. They advised that they were going to let him know to log on.
Okay, well, he's the last case that we have. We'll take another quick 5-minute break. We're off the record. Okay, Deputy Mr. Bustos has now joined us. Okay, can you please bring forward Pedro Huerta?
Good afternoon, Judge. On behalf of the defendant, Judge.
Okay, let me call CR 21-06-530-I, CR 21-12883-I, CR 21-06-531-I. And what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, on behalf of the defendant, Judge, we were appointed to this case sometime back. After initial discussions with him, we were prepared to file paperwork. However, in my later discussions, it started to get into topics of religion and other matters that had nothing pertaining to the actual case at bar. So we just subsequently filed a motion competency just to make sure that he's mentally competent to proceed with the plea bargain, Judge.
Okay, your client is asking to speak. He has his hand raised.
I would ask Mr. Huerta not to speak at this moment, or anything he can say. Anything he says can and may be held against him at a later court date. I just feel, Judge, that if we get something back from the psychiatrist that says that we'll be able to go forward, but then everyone's protected.
Your Honor, can I speak?
Your attorney has advised against it, sir, because anything you say can and may be used against you at a later time.
I'm aware of that. I'm mentally competent. Mr. Bustos, the priest had told me.
I'm gonna go out there by tomorrow, Mr. Huerta, to see him.
You said that last time. Let me speak. The priest had told me that I could be there at church on the criminal trespass, and if they want to convict me, can you please appeal so we can fight the case? Because I don't want that to be a conviction on my record, and I don't have a reason to pay the money for the charge.
I understand that, Mr. Huerta. We'll certainly take a look at all the circumstances and and proceed with this case. But first, the process hurdle.
And if the judge doesn't believe me, sir, you can go to the church and get that form signed so I can drop my charges. The church is talking to my family over the phone. They want to drop the charges. And on the criminal mischief, sir, I want to claim self-defense. I have police reports where the company stole money from me. I just need your help, sir. I need you to come.
Very well, ma'am.
Give me one chance to speak to you, sir.
So urge that motion, Judge.
Okay, so my concern is just the length of time that he's already been in there.
He was released,
No.
Judge, and subsequently he was found back in the he was released on PR bonds, Judge, and then he picked up new charges.
Okay, so are you gonna file a motion for bond reduction on the criminal
Yes, Judge,
mischief? and
I'll go to
criminal-
file that. If the court will entertain it, I can do an oral motion.
Okay, Mr. Huerta, do you have a place to live?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, who do you live with?
I live by myself, and going back to the criminal mischief, the reason why
No,
Mr.
it's
Huerta,
not that.
please
What
don't
I'm-
say anything about the case.
Hold on, Mr. Huerta. The thing is I just need to know, do you have a place to live if you bond out?
I
If
have a
you're
home.
released, do you
I
have
have
a place to go to?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bustos, you're making an oral motion on CR 21-12883-I and CR 21-06-531-I, sir?
Yes, Judge, and sir, and CR 21-12-883-.
Okay, I only have 3 cases before me.
That's the
On
three
this-
cases here.
Okay, the CR 21-06-530-I, he already has a $2,000 PR bond.
Yes, Judge. I
Okay.
think I'm speaking about CR 21-12-883-I.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Lozano, do you have a response with respect to the request of the PR bond on the other 2 cases?
Mayor, the state would request a $1,000 cash surety bond with the conditions of AIP and to stay away from the stripes on 7,401 South Jackson Road.
Okay. What I'm gonna do, Mr. Huerta, is I'm gonna grant your attorney's request. I'm gonna reduce the cash surety bond in CR 21-12883-I to a $2,000 personal recognizance bond. And on CR 21-06-531-I, I'm gonna reduce that to a $2,000 PR bond as well. However, I am going to grant the state's request and you are to stay away from the stripes that they gave the address for on the record. And I am also going to ensure that you are going to make your future court dates, sir. I am going to place you on AIP. What is a phone number for you, sir?
I currently don't have a phone number. It should be disconnected by now. I haven't been able to pay my monthly payment because I've been in here.
Okay, what is your home address?
70, if I'm not mistaken, it's 7220 South Loretta Lane, Far Texas, 78577 zip code. And I said if I'm not mistaken because I just moved in there.
You said South Laredo Lane?
Laredo with an A.
Okay. As soon as you are released, you are to contact your attorney. And he's going to give you the phone number to the probation department. And you need to contact the probation department because they need to know where you live and a phone number.
Wait, you gave me a pure bond or you gave me a bond reduction?
I reduced your cash surety bond to a PR bond, so they're PR bonds now.
All 3 cases?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, if I may, Judge,
Go ahead.
he's been on AIP before, Judge, and he's not compliant.
I can't, I'm sorry, Miss Connie. Let me mute the deputy, the jail because I can't. Go ahead.
Sorry, just for the record, Judge, he has been on AIP before and he was not compliant with AIP.
Okay, if he's not compliant this time, then, he's gonna go back into jail. However, given the overcrowding and the type of offenses that these are, I'm gonna give him an opportunity to redeem himself. So if he can't, then it's gonna be on him and his attorney's done what he can do and it'll be on Mr. Huerta, okay? All right, so then I'm gonna go, that is the order of the court and we're gonna go ahead and see him then. Have we set those, have those motions been set yet?
No, Judge.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get those set then.
Judge, how much time would they need?
Mr. Bustos?
Judge, motions have been filed already, orders are set. You let me, whatever's convenient for the court. I think him being out of bond just sort of kind of deflates our emotion. So I think that we can just set up for a status hearing, Judge, and see if I can come into my office and kind of gauge him from there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some time to bring him in. And he's gonna have to stay in contact with you. So we'll set you up for a status hearing on March the 29th.
Yes,
And that'll
Judge.
give you enough time at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, anything else?
That's it, Judge. Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes.
You guys be safe.
Okay, likewise. All right, that concludes this afternoon's docket. Mr. Alvarez,
Yes.
okay, sir. Mr. Rodriguez made an appearance and Mr. Pettis did come on. I don't know if you're going to intend to withdraw after all.
I think I'm gonna have to. That's what his. Those were his last wishes. By and through his brother. My client is incarcerated, and he had asked his brother to contact him, and he didn't want to proceed with the divorce. So I just need to follow my formal motions and give him notice.
Okay,
But
go ahead and
that's
do
my
that
intent.
because he's reset for May 10th at 2 p.m.
I'll do
But
that, Your
if you can get that filed before then, sir.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,